There will be over 1,000 bills introduced into our legislature this term, with only a modest handful trying to address the most important and serious issue that we have in Nebraska: property taxes. The seriousness cannot be underestimated, and if not addressed immediately, nothing else will really matter, as we will have a state with only poor people wanting to live off the government. Practically every candidate in the past election cycle says they were going to try to fix property taxes, but few are really taking it on and not have any really new ideas as to what to do. The Band-Aid approach is not working, with a bandage now over a foot thick. I've attended numerous hearings on proposed tax bills, with the dialogue repetitious and the testifiers constantly complaining that taxes are unbearably high, with the only suggestion being that taxes must be lowered. With 80% of the legislature from urban areas representing 20% of the state's landholders, rural senators are reluctant to attack the legislatures opposed to fixing property taxes, as it would mean political suicide if they confront their urban colleagues, and they would be marginalized if they do. When committee votes are secret, this is hypocrisy at its worst. In the investing world, the strategy is always to figure out how to deal with a bad situation, because it takes years for laws to change and they would go broke waiting for the changes that are favorable to their position. They know when unfair or unfavorable situations exist, they must move their money as soon as possible. The problem with agriculture, it takes years to sell their land or their investment on their farm and ranch, and the longer it takes, the less the land is worth, and there are very few buyers willing to take on the risk with all the other financial options available. When the richest people in our state are asked what they would do, they politely say they would not invest in agricultural land in Nebraska. They know it's unfair and the situation, and they realize that they are only renting the land from the state like a renter, and if the rent isn't paid, they are evicted, which is exactly what happens if you don't pay your taxes. Farmers and ranchers use land to make their living, and it's usually their entire net worth. To be required to pay a percentage of their net worth annually is incredible, especially since no one is paying a percentage of their pension, IRA, 401k, or their stocks and bonds portfolio each year. If property tax is going to be used to figure out the tax bill, then let's put all the stocks and bonds on the table as well. It then becomes a simple math problem. If this is not an acceptable alternative, then adjust the state income and sales tax formula and eliminate property taxes entirely. That's only fair. There is a petition circulating called the 35% solution. It would hold the legislators' feet to the fire and force them to rebate 35% of the property taxes paid. This would require the legislature to figure out how to pay the bills along with Medicaid expansion, which was also recently passed. This will not happen until 2020, and I'm not sure the farmers and ranchers can hang on that long. The taxing of everyone's net worth, or eliminating property taxes entirely, and raising the state income and sales tax is the only option remaining. In the meantime, we should sign the 35% solution petition, and is the only option remaining that sidesteps the political process of dysfunctionality in our legislature. Otherwise, sell the farm and move to another state, as the legislature does not seem to want us here. This is Keith Kuby, wishing you the best in making the world a better place.